Amidst a plethora of one-dimensional games, we're occasionally graced with a cartridge so full of ambition and variation that they can be tough to allocate to a certain genre bracket. CosmoTank is part shooter, part adventure RPG, part dungeon crawler, part shoot 'em up. I really don't know what to call this. Ambitiousness on this level doesn't always work, and when I write one-dimensional, I certainly don't mean it disparagingly. Nevertheless, when it does work, what occurs are often some of the most memorable and treasured games in any library. I hardly think CosmoTank is memorable or treasured in many people's minds. This certainly wasn't reflected in the sales of the game, and it received mixed reviews both now and in 1990. You control an armoured tank tasked with destroying alien life cores to free hostages and rescue planets from the grasp of the evil Master Insect. There are 5 planets to traverse. After the opening stage, you can choose the order in which you tackle them. Strangely, the difficulty level doesn't change that much between worlds, so it doesn't matter which order you pick. You start outside in a barren, rocky desert and are quickly accosted by wave after wave of one-hit kill enemies. These occasionally drop bombs, health, or power-ups. Spend some time killing these early on, as each one gives you a small amount of experience points. You need 100 XP to level up. Although you can only do so 6 times, your strength and health increase each time. The enemies are coming at you so rapidly, and they're easy to kill as long as you don't hang around. So you can hit the top level pretty quickly. The power-ups, represented by a P token, need to be collected in groups of 10, and this allows you to upgrade your blaster into a double shot, and then again into a sinusoidal ball that makes it incredibly easy to hit these weaker enemies. Once you get the required upgrade later on, you can charge up your shots too, giving a more powerful blast that makes short work of bosses. Progress through the initial desert areas and you'll invariably reach a cave entrance, where you'll be approached by a giant insect or spider. These are trickier to kill at first, but drop P tokens each time and respawn just as quickly as the other enemies. This makes it very easy to grind, but ultimately feels fruitless because you don't beat the boss. Eventually you'll just have to try to sneak past it. Recharge your tank shield before entering, and you're presented with the game's second playstyle, a pseudo 3D style labyrinth with a handful of tougher enemies to face. These are easy enough if your levels and weapons are maxed out, but the targeting combat style takes a little while to get used to. It's not that hard to figure out how to dodge their projectiles. The mazes are not large or complex, which is a good thing because the perspective is disorienting. Turning 90 degrees according to your compass, which you really need to pay attention to, doesn't look like 90 degrees on the screen, it's more like 30, so at first it feels like you need to turn more than you do. Also, the walls aren't drawn right the way up to your HUD, so it appears there are more paths left than right, when really there are very few. Graphically, this part, like the majority of the game, looks pretty impressive, but it takes a while to get your bearings. Just follow the cardinal directions on the compass and you will get to the boss. Here is where the only real disappointment of the game lies. Some of the bosses are dull as dishwater, especially the turrets guarding the energy cores, which never change, firing in straight lines that you have to dodge between. Just keep peppering them with bullets and they'll explode eventually. You need to move your field of vision in order to dodge the bullets. If they don't come at you centrally, then they won't hit you. Once the energy cores and bosses of each planet is destroyed, you can move to the next, rinse and repeat. Between each planet is a short, vertically scrolling shoot 'em up stage. These aren't tricky, but it's a nice addition. Make sure to shoot the asteroids here as they drop bombs each time, which are always handy to have a stock of. You can pick up additions to your tank at various points throughout the game. You don't have to toggle them as in Mega Man, they're permanent. There's a shield unit which allows you to pass certain sections that are otherwise instant death. And on one planet you'll find you can't progress without acquiring a hover unit that allows you to cross water. There's a sensor unit, which apparently helps you pinpoint the enemy fortresses, but I didn't find it until near the end of the game. Finally, there's the aforementioned pulse unit, which enables you to charge up your laser at level 2 or 3. Very useful. The music fits the atmosphere well and is competently composed, if a little short on the variation. I would have liked different tracks for each planet. The sound effects are great all round. CosmoTank is a very creative and ambitious game which will take some getting used to. Mixed reception it may have had, but I personally implore you to give it its due time. It's reminiscent of the excellent The Guardian Legend on the NES, with a similar theme as well as many comparable gameplay elements, and about that level of difficulty. Sadly, this never saw a European release because I would have adored it as a child. I'll have to be content with adoring it now, and frankly, I'm okay with that.